Hey everyone, welcome to JoJo's World.
Good morning, good evening, and good thank you.
Goodness to you.
Good
Oh my goodness. I'm Liam S. Smith, one of your co-hosts.
And I'm Nick Valentine, the other one of the co-hosts.
This is JoJo's World, your JoJo's Bizarre Adventure recap and discussion podcast, where today we're watching episodes 5 and 6 of Neon Genesis Evangelion, entitled Rei 1 and Rei 2.
We are on a combined total of 1 hour's sleep.
I wouldn't go that far, but we are both very sleep deprived today. My coffee has hit though, my high is peaking, so let's get going while we've got the momentum.
Yeah.
Listeners, try and pinpoint the moment in the latter half of the episode when my energy crashes.
I want you to send on Blue Sky, it was at 53 minutes. Regardless of what time it happens.
Sure, okay, a clever trick for those who aren't paying close enough attention.
Exactly.
Look, Nick.
Yo.
Don't have a lot of preamble to go through today unless you have anything.
No insane quotes or any kind of directorial...
I've got some of that, but I don't have any hugely irrelevant bullshit, as is our signature move.
Yeah.
However...
I do, but
I do have a little something.
Oh, okay.
So I did say 2 episodes ago, our first Evangelion episode, I'd do a little reading into Anne of the Green Gables.
Oh, yeah!
Now, I didn't do that, but...
That's the JoJo's World guarantee.
But something, as if fated, did come to me about Anne of the Green Gables.
It manifested.
Which is that I saw this on Blue Sky in the past 2 weeks. I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but it was making the rounds then at least.
Okay.
Some interesting things are happening in the Anne of Green Gables subreddit lately.
What? Okay.
Because, and this has helped me, I've sort of read these posts and sort of reverse engineered what I think the situation in the fiction of Anne of Green Gables is.
Okay. Even though we read the synopsis from Wikipedia.
It's a specific event though, Nick.
Okay.
Keep up with the thing I haven't told you yet.
Is it the bit where Anne takes her best friend, George, out to the back of the barn and it's like, just look at the clouds, George. Just look at the clouds.
Look at the rabbits, bitch. Do you ever see that post?
What?
I think we might have talked about it in the past, but a guy on Reddit or some such was like, what was that book where a guy kills his big friend who I think has a mental disability or something, and the last words he says to him are, think of the rabbits, bitch.
That's us.
That's right.
Tag yourself. Are you the rabbits or are you the bitch?
Okay, so the thing that came to my attention is this Blue Sky post in which Amanda Wong has observed wonderful things are happening in the Anne of Green Gables subreddit, where user Metal Gear Tom has posted an image captioned Anne versus Frieza.
Okay.
Where Anne of Green Gables has been relatively crudely drawn, breaking her, I believe this would be her slate that they would have used in school before the widespread advent of, pen and paper and books. Chalk slate. Breaking her slate over Frieza's head in single combat. Now, I've kind of done some cursory reading and kind of reverse engineered what I believe to be happening here.
Okay.
I'm not, I may have some finer details wrong.
Yep.
But I believe this is replicating the moment in the Anne of Green Gables story in which Anne breaks her slate over the head of like a mean boy in her class who has been bullying her and calling her carrots because of her orange hair. Which of course the through line there is Goku's Saiyan name is Kakarot, which is derived from carrot.
Yep. It all makes sense now.
And also then
Frieza's very mean.
Professional animator or cartoonist Evan Palmer also drew a very high quality image of Anne doing some sort of flying karate kick to Frieza on planet Namek.
Incredible. Holy shit. The internet really is a joyous place when you let it run free.
And that's Anne of Green Gables. I loved the arc where she fought Frieza.
Oh my god. When they moved from like Anne to Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah,
I think it
Anne
really,
Z.
yeah, exactly. I think it really elevated the animation quality a bit because you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
see the movement
That's
properly.
right.
Oh my god,
Anne of the
amazing.
Super Gables.
Anne of Super Gables.
Yeah.
When
Super
you,
Gables 3, she gets long hair.
well, the thing is when you assemble all 9 Gables.
That's right. You summon the
9?
Green Dragon.
Are there 7 or 9 Dragon Balls?
7.
7. When you assemble all 7 Gables.
Idiot. Absolute fool.
Have you ever seen
This
a
guy
Dragon
doesn't
Ball-
know how many Dragon Balls there are. 7. It's a numerologically powerful number in many cultures.
That is true. That mostly in the East.
Citation needed. Okay, that's what I got.
So that's what you got.
Yeah.
I need to bring up. So I have been reading. Okay, just let that
Dangerous
sink in.
pastime.
Let that sink in. I have been reading the Hagakure, which is you visibly.
I don't know what that is.
It's like it's the thing that basically outlines this is what Bushido is.
Okay,
So-
because you've been playing elaborate and boring
No,
Japanese strategy board games.
No, it's not that elaborate, and it's definitely not boring.
What's it called? The one
It's Sekigahara,
Sure.
which is a board game based off of the Battle of Sekigahara.
Sure.
Where one of you plays as the Tokugawa clan, and the other one plays as the. I know one of them is the Maori clan. I don't know what.
Sound right.
I don't know what the other one is.
Bunch of New Zealanders up in there.
Just these huge Samoan guys
Yeah.
come up and they're all like, "Oh, how you going, bro? That's a good field, eh? Good castle."
Anyway,
So basically, the Hakagure was like this old text that, as far as I can tell, and I love this, was written by a guy, like transcribed by a guy who lived in the woods for like
the dream.
15, 20 years or something.
Of course, there were more woods back then, so it was easier to live in
Yeah,
them.
he basically, his lord died.
A Ronin, a swordsman without
No,
a master.
he refused to become a Ronin.
Oh.
And he was like, because he died, I'll die.
When we die together.
Exactly. But unfortunately, at the time, the Tokugawa clan,
Shogunate?
yeah, the shogunate had outlawed killing yourself when your lord dies.
Scoundrels.
It was a whole ritual thing that's like, no, I must go with them. And they were like, okay, this is stop. Just stop that. So instead, he was like, I'm going to go become a monk.
Oh, that's nice.
So then he went off to become a monk.
Just like Gasetsu in Final Fantasy XIV. Continue.
So he went off to become a monk. Some many years pass. This random guy shows up to his house being like, hey, I hear you're cool. And he's like, sit down and let me tell you how cool I am.
Let me tell you my philosophy and my life story.
Literally, yes. So that's what the Hagakure
Okay.
is. So he just sits down. He's like, let me tell you some shit. And it's just these 11 books
Oh, God.
that are all like,
311.
yeah, little tiny books about yay big.
Use your words.
They're like very thin.
Okay.
Maybe like, I don't know, 50 pages each or something.
Sure.
But they're
A
all
pamphlet.
But they're all little precepts. So it's like, 1, a true samurai would find himself doing this.
This is CEO bullshit.
Yes, exactly. So I was like, well, I'm going to read this because it would probably inform something about the time. Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Oh, sure.
You know how we had this whole thing where we were like, is he going to shoot
I was
himself in the
wondering
head?
where you were going with
Yeah,
this.
it's like, is he going to shoot himself in the head? Is he going to do it? It makes so much more sense now because half of the book is just this guy being like, now look, I'm really disappointed that I couldn't kill myself in the name of my lord because there's this whole thing of like, if he dies, you die.
Yeah. And,
You
you know,
must-
it
you know.
seemed fairly obviously, a sort of throwback to that sort of thing in Japanese culture.
Yeah,
Brought forward to this far space future.
exactly. But like reading it in the book where you're like, if
They
you find...
really do want to kill themselves.
Yeah, like legitimately this guy's like, if you could choose to die or not die, you should simply die. And I was like, oh my God.
Whereas
dude.
I would rather choose to live.
No, but see, that's...
And how will Shinji Ikari handle that dilemma?
I think he's already dead.
Yeah, the Tokyo 3 is a purgatory.
But see,
And the angels are the smoke monster from Lost.
see, Rei is a real samurai in that she is already a walking corpse.
Samurai.
Liam, I know the viewers can't see me
Throttling
visibly.
me.
Yeah, visibly disappointed that my
Ow,
thumbs...
you're hurting me. Ow!
My thumbs
Ow,
cannot go
Nick.
deeper into your throat, but...
This is a new method of podcast warfare. Pretend the other person's hurting you.
Yeah, if you just say that you're doing bad things, no one
Oh yeah,
knows.
it's like radio plays. Oh, why are you walking
Oh.
over there and picking up that heavy candlestick? No, don't come over here. No,
Oh, I'll
no.
come. So
Okay, cool, interesting,
yeah, so it's really interesting, but also
insane,
so insane.
insane for you to be reading this. I mean,
It also makes way more sense because not Sekigahara, but the video game Nobunaga's Ambition,
which is also the same game that he's playing but in video game format.
where you have to sort of look after your I want to say like fiefdom,
Like
but
your
really-
vassals?
Yeah, like your vassals and stuff like that. In the tutorial, you're kind of being explained to by like this sort of older guy who's like, the Lord is off on like his mission. Nobunaga-san, he's like, he's over there doing some stuff. We're looking after the domain.
This is the game where you were playing as some sort of genius 5-year-old
No. I contacted him
for advice.
for advice, and I believe he wasn't 5, he was 8. Thank you very much. But the old guy, constantly, and I mean every cutscene in the tutorial was like, wait, is the Lord not satisfied with my work? Quick, pass me that sword. I must immediately commit
That's an
seppuku.
archetype.
And you're just like, dude, chill. And I thought, oh, this is a funny joke. No, that's just what it was.
There was a minor character in Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail who kind of kept doing that joke. Like, he would commit what he perceived as some minor social slight,
Yeah.
freak out about it and be like, oh, I should throw myself on my knees and be dashed against the
Yes.
rocks, blah,
Yes.
blah, blah.
Yes.
And then, the royalty he was speaking to would say, oh, it's not a big deal. And
Yeah.
then he'd stand up immediately like, oh, okay.
Oh man, I also recently watched Obsession. Just to put this, really date this episode. Watched Obsession,
Dating this episode.
and nothing scarier than when the
Spoilers for Obsession.
mild spoilers for Obsession, where there's like some insane, crazy bullshit happens, right? And then immediately afterwards, after freaking the fuck out, Nikki, the possessed slash witch
Female lead.
slash- Yep, the female lead just goes, okay, and just walks off. And you're just like, okay, so that's mild whiplash.
No, the Rei Ayanami special.
Yeah, it's just like Rei will be like, I'm going to kill you, your family,
No, that's not really
your
a Rei
family's
move.
family, and eat your soul.
It's more of an Asuka thing, but we'll find out more about that later.
Asuka.
So let's start
Okay.
talking about Evangelion.
Let's.
So I do actually have some things of note from the extensive episode commentaries that I've only very
relevant.
sparsely referred to in previous episodes.
Okay,
So these episodes, of course, episode 5, Rei 1, and episode 6, Rei 2.
naturally. We'll get to the summary later. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of
wait.
course, these are the staff commentaries from the Platinum Edition DVD releases,
Okay.
which I've referred to previously. Just as the English episode titles Rei 1 and Rei 2 suggest, the spotlight is on Rei Ayanami, the pilot of Unit... It says pilot of Unit 01 here, but that's...
Well, she
That's
was.
not right.
She was the pilot.
Episode
until
5
Shinji was
skillfully depicts Shinji, who becomes interested in Rei and tries to get closer to her and her subtly wavering emotions.
Mm.
Rei Ayanami is a girl who does not try to display her emotions for the most part.
there.
She does not even bat her eye when someone of her own age of the opposite sex sees her naked. But with matters concerning Gendo alone, she shows some stirring of emotions.
Yeah, she does.
And then there's kind of a recounting of the failed Unit 0 tests that we'll talk about for a bit, so just skimming over that. The housing development that Rei lives in is in the older parts of the town of New Tokyo 3. The area is scheduled to be redeveloped, and the building on the other side of the road has already been demolished.
Oh.
There is a lot of attention to detail concerning the depiction of her living space. There are numerous advertisements left stuck in her door, and the entrance has countless tracks where she has gone inside without taking her shoes off. Nick picked up on this
I
immediately.
picked up on that immediately.
According to the premise, on the chest in the room are medical books on topics such as psychology and genetics. Rei apparently reads these intently as they are marked with tags.
Huh.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that.
They could have been Japanese characters,
Yeah.
like Rei Ayanami. She's a Japanese character.
We don't know that for sure. All
True.
of her records have been deleted.
Blah, blah, blah. The storyboards were done by Kiichi Jinmei, aka Junichi Sato, the same as for episode 4. Rei's girlishly delighted look when Gendo appears, and the comedy during the dinner scene where Misato pours curry into her ramen are distinctively Jinmei's storyboard style. The eccentric way the cuts were split up when Shinji visits Rei's apartment were also memorable. Shunji Suzuki's animation work is also clear, and the quality of the visuals is also high.
It is. We can but confirm that it is.
Now moving into the commentary for Rei 2.
Okay.
This is quite interesting, I thought.
Go on.
Listeners, stay tuned and make your own judgment as to whether the stuff you're listening to is interesting.
If it's not, at Liam.
No. This is the climax of the early part of the series, depicting Nerve bringing all of its forces to bear in Operation Yashima to annihilate the Fifth Angel. Using lots of captions to create a war movie feel or a documentary feel is one of Hideaki Anno's fortes. We said so as much while watching that it felt very Shin Gojira, another movie directed by Anno that does the same thing a lot.
It feels like exactly the same sequence in many ways. And I kept saying, it's the same music, because I swear it's the same song.
It's definitely similar. The strategy to destroy the angel by sniping it from super long range was Operation Yashima. The name comes from a historical reference when Yoichi Nasuno shoots the fan with his bow from atop his horse on the beach in the Battle of Yashima in the first year of Bunji, which was 1185. That's Chief of Operations Katsuragi for you, quite the intellectual. In addition, Yashima, written differently, is also the old name for Japan. Thus, the name also contains a reference to the plan to use all of Japan's electricity.
Ah, she is intellectual.
The SSFDF laboratory, where Masato requisitioned their big electricity cannon, I'm kind of paraphrasing a bit here, is short for the Strategic Self-Defense Force Tech Laboratory, which is an organization directly under the Ministry of Defense, formed in 2003, so obviously in the future, at the time of production, when the Chinese and Vietnamese had a military confrontation over the Nansa Islands. It is JSSDF for short, and this acronym can be found on the positron rifle, the big gun.
Yeah. We clocked that immediately.
A historical reference for the scheme, Battle of Yashima, which I've just pulled up a brief...
Just a little
sousson of reading straight from Wikipedia as a treat.
Was it sousson that's hickey in French?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I could have sworn...
March 22, 1185.
1185?
That's right.
Holy shit.
That's 15 past midday.
Yeah.
No, 25 past midday. I'm so sleepy. The belligerents were the Minamoto clan and the Taira clan. The Minamoto clan fielded 140 ships, 1,000 cavalry, and 30,000 horses.
Oh.
And it is unknown what the Taira clan fielded. In short, there's this bow shot. Let me see.
A famed bow shot for all of Japan. All the biscuits.
In a memorable account in the Heikei Monogatari, a very beautiful lady in a Heikei boat placed a fan atop a pole and dared the Minamoto to knock it off. In one of the most famous archery feats in all of Japanese history, Nasu no Yoichi rode out into the sea on horseback and did that in just one shot.
Oh, damn.
Which, we were talking a little while ago during Dan to Dan about the William Tell archery feat of shooting the arrow off his son's head.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't even know if that's historical or if that's just pure folktale. But, it's clearly hitting some same resonances.
Yeah.
Highly skilled archery, trickery.
Yeah, but this is in the ocean, on horseback.
That's right. Ocean? That's not where horses belong.
And yet, there it was.
It's got its little scuba diving mask on.
He's just fully underwater.
So,
yes.
Rei 1, Rei 2. Nick, what do you make of this Rei Ayanami character? Should we get into should we do our quick recap first?
Oh, go on then. Go on.
No, you go on.
Okay. So, I'm actually trying to remember what even happened in these episodes. Oh, I remember what happened in these episodes. Yeah. So, when does the time start?
I just started it.
Oh, fuck.
When you said so.
So, we get a brief flashback of the EVA Unit 0 test and why there's a big hole in the wall in its little cavern that it lives in. Turns out, Genko basically opened up superheated metal. So Gendo opened up superheated metal door to save Rei from inside a failing EVA Unit 0. Then we get a bunch of shots of now when there's a big diamond floating around and it's just sort of floating and it starts hovering over the Nerve headquarters at the Geofront and drilling down. And then the rest of the episodes are people going,
20
What's up
seconds.
with that Rei lady? Shinji gets asked to give her a new ID by the blonde lady that I can't remember the name of, who
10 seconds.
he basically has a big social gaffe, sees her naked, she doesn't react, they then fight the big diamond thing together, and they connect emotionally, sort of, not really at all.
There you go. And they blow it up by using all of Japan's electricity and a big EMP gun.
Yeah, a huge sniper rifle.
Mm.
There's a lot more on that, but
but
ultimately...
that's the crux of it, and now we can talk about it in more detail, and you know roughly the general thrust of where it's going. The purpose of this game we play.
So, electricity.
What is it? It's a sort of magic?
How does it? Some sort of Christian magic.
No, so Nick, I want to ask you, we're finally getting some insight into the mysterious Rei Ayanami, the world's sickest girl to date.
Yeah.
What do you think of her from these 2 episodes?
I think she's so, what's the right way of putting this? Either so traumatized, so fucked up, or so just, dissociated from the reality that she's in, either as a coping mechanism or because of some other... she's just so deeply depressed that she can't connect with anyone or anything like that, that we perceive that as, so she's just so disconnected at all times because she's, hardened, or, Shinji's even wow, you're really strong, but maybe she's just defeated to the point where she's okay. But in a different way to when Shinji was just well, nothing matters in this world.
Sure.
Where Shinji went a little bit crazy, Rei is just I will compress into a brick.
Yeah.
Also, she needs to clean her floor or something because it's just filled.
And also all the bloody bandages in
all the bloody bandages and the bloody pillowcase.
All the bloody bandages.
She's got a bloody pillowcase.
She's got a bloody pillowcase.
And yet, within all of that, there seems to be this through line of she's very willing to just get the job done.
Well, if Commander Ikari asks.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's something she sees him as a real dad or something. And so it's I need to get approval from him in the same way that Shinji's that's my dad. But
I guess another question to consider is whether or not they had this close relationship before the Unit 20, the 22 days ago accident. Certainly at that, as we'll talk about in a sec, Gendo was much more concerned at Rei being in danger than he ever has been about Shinji being in danger.
Yeah. He basically just watches Shinji die. Meanwhile, if anything goes wrong
I wonder what Rei's doing right now.
He's just Rei, no! But also, I don't know if that's also because Gendo only had the one kid for that test.
Sure, yeah.
So then it's Rei's out of action.
She's currently indispensable.
Exactly. So it's oh no, my mission, right? It's she's the personification of that. Maybe later, if we get more children, presumably piloting these mechs, I think there's some German lady who shows up or something. If we get more of them, then maybe he'll start pulling away from Rei more and just being all you've all done very well.
Gendo Ikari. I love all my pilots equally. Cut. I don't care for Shinji.
Oh, man. It'd be really funny if it's legitimately just good work, Rei. Good work, Pilot 3. Good work, Pilot 4.
Shinji.
So
what I want to say about Rei is that she reminds me very much of another character in another show we watched on the JoJo's World Patreon. I'm, of course, speaking about Haruhi Suzumiya's Endless 8.
You're talking about the cyborg lady?
Yeah, Nagato Yuki, who's a sort of alien robot who is very much the same archetype of the quiet...
doesn't display emotions much.
Neurotypical coded. sorry, neurodivergent coded.
The one thing
so
you had to
sleepy,
get right.
Nick.
Oh my
god. Girl who... Nagato Yuki was an alien robot. I won't say anything about Rei.
Sure.
But again, significant glasses for both of them too.
Significant glasses?
Rei had an emotional connection to Gendo's cracked glasses.
Yep.
In this episode, and Nagato Yuki had some bullshit with her glasses too.
Did she?
Not in the bits you watched.
Oh, okay. Great.
And I may be mistaken, but they may have been voiced by the same English voice actors. I'm not going to bother fact-checking that.
The through lines.
Certainly they were doing a very sort of similar breathy performance, as you see in a lot of anime.
Yeah.
breathy monotone is the name of the game for these two characters.
Yeah, I'm getting the vibe that Rei very much is like no emotion at any time, but I don't know why. That's the thing that gets me. Is like, is it trauma? Is it just who they are? Is it something else? Cue the Arrested Development. Your father could be anywhere. Yeah. But I don't know. It's hard. It's literally impossible to say what reason there could be for Rei being the way they are. Are they a clone? Who knows? But I think maybe.
Who were we talking about? Was it Vash the Stampede, who I kept insisting was the ghost of a robot or something?
Yes.
Maybe she's a robot ghost.
I mean, look, they could be a robot. Oh, what if Rei was like, what if this whole thing, hang on, new show theory, right? New thing, new theory. What if the whole plan Gendo has is to turn these big ass mechs into kids?
My giant babies.
Yeah, something
My
like
giant
that.
adult babies.
But like, I don't know to what end or why. But
Minor key Rugrats theme.
But like, obviously we know that there's something alive in them mechs.
Yeah.
So what if like, it's either you get the mech, the big boy, or you get the little Shinji guy. And no one likes the Shinji guy, but everyone loves the big mech.
So let's get into the episodes.
Okay.
So Unit 0, as we said, we start with a flashback to 22 days ago where Rei's test of Unit 0 went wrong. It goes berserk and starts smashing up the
little test chamber.
Yeah, and then they cryo-freeze it and Rei is horribly injured. Unit 0's got a pretty cool design. Like, it's clearly a lot more, like...
It's very Ultraman.
Stripped back and functional than Unit 1's, like, big purple horn and stuff. It's, like, kind of cyclopean.
Yeah,
and it's in this bright orange, which reads to me as very much like, crash test dummy testing environment color scheme.
I wonder if Rei is a crash test dummy.
What at the band?
Yeah.
A couple of moments I want to highlight. When Gendo orders that they abort the test, one of the desk techs, we don't see who, it's just their hand in the shot. Just like, it's one of those break glass to pull emergency lever situations. But the way it's animated, it looks like she just like punches through like a solid window pane. Glass shards go everywhere, and then she pulls this lever.
I'm pretty sure that's just what happened.
But I feel like those like fire alarm ones,
they have
like,
a little hammer.
Or they're meant to be more breakable.
Yeah. Well, in this case, you don't need that in the heat of the moment.
That's right.
It needs to be an emergency.
I like how when it's similar to in the first episode when some rubble and stuff went nuts in the Unit 1 activation sequence. When Unit 0 goes to punch the huge window that all the humans are standing behind, Gendo is once again relatively unflappable.
Yeah.
He's a bit more perturbed once the fist draws back and there's a huge dent in the
glass.
Yes.
Yeah. But also, this is when he's like, Rei!
Yeah. And the chamber that the pilot sits in gets ejected and it goes flying and smashes off all the corners like the DVD logo on an old TV.
Yeah.
Doing massive damage to its occupant. Gendo runs down and scolds his hand something awful.
Because it's all superheated, as we know. So he tries to,
and that's
rip
why
open
he's
the door.
wearing white gloves in the episodes to date.
Because he burned his hands.
Yeah,
same. So he rips open the door,
right?
Which will be important
later.
Stella from Streetcar Named Desire.
Sure, I was going to say like Finn in The Rise of Skywalker, just running around shouting, Rei!
Ah, I still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker. Yep, that's the only thing I hear about it.
And his glasses melt in like the superheated LCL or whatever.
Yeah.
Or crack from the heat.
Yep.
And later on we see Rei takes them as a
little memento.
Memento.
Yeah, maybe Rei's
got memento disease.
Rei's got Lolita symptoms.
I don't know.
Never mind.
Bit of exposition about the world and the character.
Okay.
Rei Ayanami, age 14. The first test subject chosen in accordance with the Marduk report. The first child. We've heard that name before.
Yeah.
She is the designated pilot for Evangelion prototype Unit 0. Zero. Her past has been eradicated. All her personal records were erased.
Personal records erased.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that gets
We don't
me.
think they've done that with Shinji, though we never learn anything about his past.
Well, I don't know what's... Like, maybe they just erase their past because they're like, all right, you work for Nerve? That's it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seems really weird to me that Rei, we've explicitly called out, we erased all of her past.
And we're
okay.
just getting a sort of bunch of abstract, like, mech and city shots during this exposition sequence. I think it's Ritsuko and Misato talking. But one ominous shot of a big old crucifix. And I feel like I do need to do some research into, the decision to make this such like a heavily Christian imagery show. Like, are they driving at something deliberate and particular, or is it the phenomenon of it's foreign and it looks cool?
Yeah, which I think we may have already talked about this another time, but I think that is actually the case.
There's work to be done in figuring that out, though, and I haven't done it.
But you know that they might just be trolling everyone, being like, oh yeah, it just looks cool, hey.
Because I think Ultraman guy, he became like a real proper Christian. So that's why a lot of that stuff figures into his work.
Right. Maybe it's an homage to Ultraman.
Most things are, it turns out. We've learned doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Cool scene where they've gone to the site of the angel fight from the last episode. That is to say, Shinji, Misato, everyone's there, really, all the main characters.
There's a big white chalk
You know, like
outline.
when someone's been murdered and they do a big chalk outline?
There's that, but for the EVA Unit 1.
Yeah, for where that fell protecting Toji and Kensuke.
What possible purpose could there be to that? Like, for what reason would they be like, all right, take the outline, then lift it up?
And because it's so big, it looks like a NASCAR line as well.
A NASCAR line?
Not NASCAR, the racing thing. Like the huge, like, hillside carvings or markings, whatever you'd call them.
What?
Let me show you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Am I uncultured?
This is like, here we go. Large geoglyphs in the Nazca Desert in southern Peru. Where you can see there are these large, like, shapes carved into the mountain. This one is known as the monkey, the one that I'm showing you an image of.
Is it because it's a monkey?
It's vaguely monkey-esque.
It has monkey qualities.
Anyway, so they're huge, like, crime scene chalk outline of EVA Unit 1.
And then they're also taking the body of the knifed angel.
Yeah.
Who I can't remember the name of.
It's not important. He's passed, didn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. No angel would die.
It's very... and we've made the XCOM comparison before, but it's very hoovering up the corpses of the aliens you kill to figure out how to make plasma rifles or whatever.
Yeah. So, what's the name of the blonde lady?
Ritsuko Akagi.
Ritsuko is very excited because when Shinji knifed that motherfucker... didn't damage anything else on the angel. It's almost in pristine condition. So it's perfect. We didn't blow it up. We didn't have to like slash it up or anything. We didn't even shoot it. We just knifed that motherfucker.
That's right, because the first one self-destructed, didn't it?
Exactly. And Shinji did not have a good time with that.
They run the sample through their big space computer, and it gives error message 601.
Is this the Magi supercomputer?
We'll talk about the Magi and we'll talk about it now. There's references in this episode to the Magi supercomputers.
Yeah.
They are... they were also... You may not have picked up on the other reference to them in the episode if you are not up on your...
Arthurian...
Jesus birth story.
Excuse me?
The Magi are like the three wise men who go to the birth of Jesus.
Wait,
gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Yeah. Is that where the term Magi comes from?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly a prominent use of it. And their names are Melchior,
Oh, yeah, we did have
Caspar, Balthazar, and Melchior. So there were references to Balthazar and Melchior in conversation later this episode. So obliquely, identifying two of the three Magi.
Right.
The Magi are supercomputers. We have no further information on their nature, but they've got some biblical supercomputers at Nerve.
That makes a lot more sense now. I was like, who the fuck is Melchior? Why is he giving numbers?
It's Melkor, now known as Morgoth, the Dark Master of Sauron.
What does Morbius say? Morbius says, it's Morbin time. That's it.
That's right.
One of the supercomputers, Jared Leto.
He's in everything for some reason.
I do not understand Jared.
And Jared Leto as Gendo Ikari.
Do you reckon?
Mark my words.
Do you reckon Jared Leto keeps getting these roles just because someone says, well, Jared Leto was once liked maybe we'll cast Jared Leto. And that's it.
Either that or he's got something on someone, right? He does have that sex cult.
Was he funding a lot of the films as well?
I don't know.
Who knows? It's Jared Leto. He's unknowable. Just like EVA3.
So yeah, like I said before we went down this particular tangent, the computer throws up error message 601.
What does that mean?
Well, apparently, according to evageeks.org,
It means it can't compute.
601, the error message, is a direct reference to the movie The Andromeda Strain, where a medical computer displays 601 when overloaded with data.
Oh. But what does the number mean in the show?
It's an error message, 404.
Yeah, but they say what it means in the show. It's a specific error code. It has real meaning.
That's the code number for cannot be analyzed. Ritsuko is sitting at her computer. Shinji and Masato are standing behind her. Everyone's drinking coffee. There's a good moment where they all take a sip in unison because they don't have anything to say.
It's just when you and your friends are like,
They're all wearing little hard hats.
Just at the scene of the angel, just being all like, yeah, I guess it is an angel, isn't it?
We know the angel is composed of a type of matter characterized by both particulate and wave properties, like light. Sip.
What does it mean?
They haven't been able to figure out any of its operating principles. It's a big old mystery. But they, Ritsuko pulls up like a data loadout, and the composition of the structure of the composition of this unknowable material has a 99.89% match to the structural pattern of human genes. Levi's, Jinkos.
Just.
The most fair and honorable of the genes. Just genes.
Just genes. I remember I got really annoyed that Just Genes didn't just sell jeans.
Orangutans have got to be steamed about no longer being our closest living neighbor, right? Unless they all died in the second impact.
What's our shared DNA with orangutans?
I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's high.
Yeah.
It's probably 98% or something.
Shinji gets a bit distracted because Gendo walks past outside, and he's taken the only two things we've seen him take these gloves off for. I guess he didn't have the gloves in the test scene.
Yeah.
But the only thing we've seen him take these gloves off for now is to touch the big red orb they pulled out of the dead angel.
Yep.
And Shinji gets a glance at his burned hands, and he asks the other two, why are my father's hands all burnt? There's a bit of back and forth about, like, Shinji, stop saying you're not thinking anything. It's being evasive like that is how you draw attention to yourself, stupid piece of shit.
You know when you say nothing like that?
Yeah.
It just means everything, Shinji.
Anyway, he learns about the test, and he's like, my father would never treat someone like that. Certainly not me. And they're like, well, certainly not you.
Yeah. I think literally in the next shot, they're setting up to, like, go pilot stuff, and they're talking. Like Rei and Gendo were talking.
Yeah, if not now, then soon.
Yeah, pretty soon.
They're both having the most emotive conversation we've seen them have with anyone, but we can't hear any of the words.
Yeah. And it looks like Rei is genuinely happy.
Yeah.
And it's like Gendo's genuinely happy, and they're like, we're just having a great old time here.
We did cut through the scene. We don't need to dwell on it. Where Shinji is at phys ed class and Rei is at swimming class on a different level, and all the boys are ogling the girls, and Kensuke and Toji are like, you're staring at Rei's breasts and all her other bits.
And Shinji's very awkwardly like, no, I don't know, like, why is she always so lonely? And they're like, oh.
This one doesn't bother me. Like, I was critical of, like, all the, like, Ritsuko and Masato sexualizing Shinji.
Yeah.
But this is just, I'm going to use the phrase boys being boys.
I'll kill you for this.
In a non-condemnatory fashion, but it's just like, they're horny teens. It's realistic to, like, what horny teens would talk about.
We were that.
I wasn't. I was more like Rei Ayanami.
You were on the far reaches being all like, you guys want to play Guild Wars? And everyone was like, more of a WoW guy. And you're like, all right, that's cool. All right.
Old school RuneScape. Or RuneScape 2, it was known at the time.
Wait, old school RuneScape is RuneScape 2?
We don't have time to get into
God,
it.
Okay, all right. Yes, but Rei is literally just sitting away from everyone in that whole sequence, not swimming, might I add.
And we also are, of course, legally obligated to talk about the scene where Masato presumably gives Shinji, Ritsuko, and Pen, dear sweet Pen, all food explosive diarrhea.
So Masato has invited ? Ritsuko round for dinner.
It's her turn to cook.
And Masato is, of course, getting drunk because, of course,
Because she's a functional alcoholic.
absolutely, as aren't we all. And she has made us all curry. And Risiko's all like, you're not still using instant curry.
As we know from when they went shopping in the first episode, she just goes and buys a bunch of ready meals and microwaves them or whatever.
Yeah.
But she's operating on another level because she pours the instant curry sauce into her instant ramen and mixes it all up.
See, the secret is not to use as much hot water.
Because it gets all nice and sludgy.
Yeah.
Everyone basically takes a bite and goes, ooh. And then we cut to Pen in the other room staring at his dinner of like curry in a dog food bowl and also a can of beer.
Now, why is the penguin getting a
He's
beer?
allowed a little treat.
But he can't even drink it.
You don't know that. He's one of those warm water penguins. We don't have them.
I mean, to be fair, he also can't eat the curry.
Because he takes a bite and we get like a dynamic disgust and pain background behind him.
And then he just faints.
Yeah. I'm working on a
good.
theory that in the same way that Choo Choo was Anthe's familiar who expressed what she couldn't.
Yeah.
Pen is to Shinji.
Except the thing is, Shinji also expresses stuff.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is Pen?
It's not perfect yet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But Masato's having a great time.
She's hammered.
She's having a great meal of ramen and curry at the same time. She doesn't, I guess, have a bad vibe with Shinji because she's just like, Shinji, can you get another beer? And Shinji's doing it. So it's like, great, this is all working out. Risiko, not so much.
Ritsuko asks Shinji to take Rei's new ID card to her because she keeps forgetting. So that sets up the rest of this episode. As we mentioned earlier, he goes to these this huge row of identical apartment complexes that are all incredibly run down. There's litter everywhere.
It's quote unquote old, according to them, but it just looks like Kowloon.
Walled City.
Yeah.
Walled in.
Yeah.
Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Gahul, or whatever.
It's got you know what it has? It has huge condominium vibes where, you go down the street with condominiums and they're just exactly the same.
Or as we call them, condos. Condominiums.
Condominiums? I refuse. Condominium.
I've come down with a bad case of condominium.
But it's just they all look exactly the same. They're all perfectly aligned with each other. And they all are a bit shit.
Look, I don't know the history of Japanese social housing, so I don't know if this is a realistic thing.
I hope not.
But if it's not, we could make some guesses about the fact they had to throw up all these identical buildings in a rush, to deal with all the refugees from all the shit that went wrong.
Possibly, right? It might just be hey, we need quick housing, just pour concrete, get it done. Yeah.
Yet we can't do that with our housing crisis.
I don't want to have concrete houses.
Look, some 90s teen anime bullshit happens. Shinji goes into her filthy home, which we have described.
There's bloody bandages, bloody pillow, books.
He finds the Gendo glasses on the desk. He doesn't recognize them. Rei doesn't wear these. He picks them up and puts them on. Rei comes into the room. She's naked because she just got out of the shower. She sees he's wearing the glasses, gets angry, storms over to him.
But she looks unperturbed.
Yeah. He trips onto her, falling on top of her while she's naked. Very, love Hina or whatever.
And also his bag or his satchel gets caught on a drawer.
And sends all of her underwear everywhere and bumps a glass such that a light reflects through it and there's a rainbow in the room. The symbolism is not subtle here.
So he's just lying on top of her.
His hand has landed on her breast.
And she is just
could you get off of me, please?
And he very awkwardly...
Sorry, she wouldn't say please.
No.
Could you get off of me?
Yeah. I even think in the English dub, she just says, can you get off now?
Bit of...
Go
I don't know
on.
how reliable this is because it's just something I saw on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
And also I think even before that post, there's probably a bit of telephone game happening with this anecdote.
Yeah.
So apparently, these two English voice actors for Rei and Shinji are or were married.
Oh.
And even more allegedly... apparently at some point someone, for some ungodly reason, and again context is all being lost here, the tone of this conversation, if this was a convention thing or just people bantering between actual friends, someone asked them if they, being married, ever do the voices while they're having sex. And apparently the answer was I'm not going to say no. And again,
Oh,
context,
no.
nuance, everything being lost in the
To
translation
the
here.
annals of
But-
time.
And also the fact that, 90s anime dubbing was not the huge, like,
it's not the
professional
industry
it is these days. And I'm sure all these conversations were probably a bit more laissez-faire than what people could get away with saying too.
I'm also certain that back in the day, the people that were watching anime were people like us who...
Normal, well-adjusted career professionals.
Liam, we have a podcast about anime.
I've just noticed my two phones, the one that I use for notes and the one that I use for photos, were both lightly clacking against each other in my hand just then because of the coffee jitters. So apologies if that was picking up.
Clicking up? Hi, I'm clicking up.
You're listening to Clicking Up with Liam and Nick.
Anyway, the point is, he is in a very awkward spot and he very awkwardly gets off of Rei.
He is standing and awkwardly apologizing, and I love this. She just silently puts all her clothes on, and while he's still looking away, just leaves.
Yep.
On the way in and the way out, we hear some classic door opening sound effects. If you've played a Resident Evil game, you've heard these door opening noises.
Liam immediately was like, classic.
I think we had a classic pot breaking sound or something a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
I just love when they trot out all these stock sounds.
You were so excited because you were just like, you're like,
Classic.
But they basically go to Nerve. So Rei gets dressed, goes to Nerve. Shinji follows and is like, "Hey, I'm really
sitting on
sorry."
Opposite sides of the train carriage, as far away from each other as they can be.
Yeah, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm really sorry." As they're going down the escalator, he's like, "I'm really sorry about things."
She can't get into Central Dogma. We learn it's called the Nerve base because a voiceover is saying Central Dogma is currently open to the public. What are they saying about belief and religion and all this iconography here? Who knows? We'll never find out.
Impossible to say.
So she's like not rudely, just like I think she's very well in her right given the huge invasion of her privacy and personal space that just happened.
Yeah.
She brusquely snatches it from him and then just keeps going on wordlessly.
Yeah. And he just does exactly what I would do when I was 14, 15 years old. It's like, I'm just following, really sorry.
Standing behind her on the massive elevators that they all spend time on. Love those shots all the time.
You mean the escalators?
Sorry, yes.
Unbelievable.
Then we get her first human reaction from her.
Yeah, she turns around on the escalator.
He's asking her why she does this. Like, why would you put yourself through this?
Do you not have faith in your father's
Aren't
work?
you Commander Akari's son? Don't you have faith in me? He's like, fuck no. Like, my dad's the worst person I've ever met.
And she slaps him raw.
Yeah.
Bam! Like right in the this bit of your face.
The cheek.
I was going to say the jowl.
I don't have those. Those spells.
You have a perfectly lean face. The jawline of, dare I say, Hermes himself.
Okay.
I don't know which one Hermes is, but that jawline.
We get a few actually, we do get a lot of scenes of Rei changing in this episode, but we get a post-changing into her plug suit scene here, and I just want to highlight the fact what?
When the thing goes...
Yeah, they've got a cool button that they push that makes it airtight or whatever.
And I literally went, oh, yeah. Like, can you imagine being allowed to go in public in a suit that's it's perfectly form-fitting. FYI, looks damn good as well. And you're like, hell yeah.
As they are doing Rei's first sync test since the incident, that guy, the grey-haired guy whose name I never bothered to learn, Gendo's offsider.
Yeah.
He gets notified that an unidentified object is approaching. And it is the big cube, or as we learn, diamond, that Nick was so excited about.
Yeah. It's
the fifth angel.
It's, I'm going to say Ezekiel.
Good guess.
Yes.
Actually, bad guess, because that's what you also assumed Sakiel in the first episode was derived from incorrectly.
Fuck.
It is Ramiel.
Ramiel, like Raziel.
That's right, your favourite.
Yeah, we love Legacy of Kain.
And as we'll see, it is a big diamond that floats through the sky. It shoots a huge laser at anything that gets too close to it, and it perceives as a threat.
Yeah.
And it hovers over Nerve HQ and starts to drill down to it.
Yeah.
And it's got to, as we learn, got to drill through 22 reinforced metal defensive layers, and they I don't remember the exact timeline, but it's going to take 12 hours or something to get through. So the rest of the episode, these two episodes, is on a clock. before it drills into Nerd HQ and presumably kills us all.
Yeah. So the big thing that happens is that we get the sequence of like war shots.
Sorry, just before you move on,
Yeah.
I do have some notes on Ramiel.
Oh, by all means.
Ramiel's design, the design of the Evangelion angel, was a tribute to a show called Future Police Urashiman with the mech Super X, a this is from evageeks.org, by the way.
Yeah.
A nigh impervious mech which defends itself by momentarily shifting shape. And there's a couple of screenshots here of it's kind of golden, but it's the same shape.
Yeah.
And when attacked, it splits into like its composite triangles to avoid.
Right. So it's like in this, it just sort of stays as the diamond and then has a big force field.
But it's clearly like a design through line between these two guys.
Oh, absolutely. Hot damn. That's rad as hell.
In addition, the same regular octahedral design is seen in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Is it?
That's what
okay.
this says. That's what the Eva geeks say.
Fascinating.
And also, they also say in proposal, which I'm assuming is the proposal for the series, but I'm not going to bother clicking through because I am on a timeline today. Shinji would have originally fought an angel called Raziel. In episode as early as episode 1.
Oh, I knew it.
While I refresh myself on biblical Ramiel, why don't you ramble aimlessly about Raziel for a little bit?
From Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, and from Legacy of Kain Defiance, Raziel is the right-hand man of Kain, his firstborn from the Seraphim, who evolved faster than Kain.
This is all off the top of the dome for him, by the way.
Yeah, I don't need to check this. Raziel was cast into the pit. I can't remember the name of the lake, but I think it's called the Death Lake or something like that.
Of course.
He lands at the bottom, meets the Elder God, who is basically a big eye surrounded by roots, which permeate all of Nosgoth. He is then, as a wraith, advised to go kill Kain. He then goes and learns about many things, such as the fact that Kain is actually maybe not the worst guy, but he is one of the guardians of Nosgoth, which means that the pillars of Nosgoth are bound to him. Raziel is not a guardian in any sense, but he is intrinsically bound to the Soul Reaver, Liam.
There you go.
That's the name of the game. The Soul
Legacy
Reaver.
of Kain.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cut you off now.
God damn it! But the Soul Reaver's the sword, Liam. It's the sword.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a guy.
Yeah, history abhors a paradox, FYI.
Tales of souls throughout history. History abhors a paradox.
Fight. You've seen the
yes,
the
Soul Calibur guy.
Oh, it's so good. He opens his.
So per Wikipedia,
yes,
Ramiel is a fallen Watcher angel. Mentioned it in Chapter 6 of the apocryphal Book of Enoch.
As Watcher.
I hardly know her.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Watcher. That's what Shinji's been doing this episode.
Look, technically, you are very correct.
One of the 19 Watchers that sinned and rebelled against God by mating with human women and creating offspring called Nephilim. Diablo fans, rise up. I'm not one of you, but you guys go ahead. The name Ramiel means God has thundered. And I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation there because it's using a bunch of characters there.
I think it's God has thundered.
Shut up. From the Hebrew elements Ram, thunder, and El, God. Ramur, Final Fantasy XIV, and other Final Fantasies. Connection? Unclear.
Hard to say, but he has a lot of lightning.
As described in Enoch, the Watchers are the leaders of 200 angels that are turned into fallen angels due to their taking wives. And Ramiel is mentioned 6th of them.
Right.
See also, list of angels in theology. Tu Baruch, Azazel, Ramiel, DC Comics. Ramiel, Tales of Symphonia. I will not.
I do kind of love that it's like, Ramiel, DC Comics. Like, oh, okay, that seems angelic. Ramiel, Tales of Symphonia. Yeah, that's some anime. Yeah. That's some anime right there. So were there any images of Ramiel in
Not that I have access to.
Yeah, all right. That's frustrating. Because I imagine that in...
Oh, you wanted to see biblically accurate Ramiel.
Exactly. Who, of course, as we know, is a big diamond.
How octahedral was he?
Exactly. Could I roll him to see how much damage I do with my sword?
For all that we don't understand the nature of these angels in this show, as of yet or possibly ever, they are, batting 1,000 in the biblically accurate angel stakes, right?
They absolutely
are. What we think of when we think of that meme.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about how, at least here in the West, dare I say,
okay,
angels are
Do
typically
you
like,
dare?
yeah, angels are typically portrayed as like humanoid,
Sure.
winged, beautiful beings.
Either that or it's a massive eyes and wings,
Yeah,
the likes
because
of which you
that's-
can scarcely comprehend.
Yeah, that's the kind of like oh no, they're not humanoid, they're insane, right? Because the angels weren't made in God's image. God made man in his image, or something like that.
God made
God just sort of made angels.
man and elves in his image.
Yeah. What about the
And
orcs?
Morgoth took other life forms, such as men and elves,
Hmm.
and twisted them into orcs with torches and dark
Ah,
magics.
I see.
Or so
Also, Tolkien would be, you know what I
would
mean.
waffle back and forth about over
Yeah.
the course of his life and career.
Legit question. Orcs different to Uruk-hai?
Okay, so
Because you were saying that
of course, you know I'm an avid listener of the Range Touch family of podcasts
Naturally,
featuring
naturally.
Shelf by Genre, where they've been reading all of the Lord of the Rings books over the course of this year.
a classic challenge.
And they've talked back and forth a lot about how it's not fully clear on like exactly what is an orc, what is an uruk, what is a goblin.
Yeah.
Is there like a racialized element to this, or is it?
Is it just
yeah.
cool words?
Yeah, you know, the conception of them in pop culture, and I think driven by things like D&D and Warcraft, has become so much more standardized than they seem to be in these books.
Yeah. Because they were all sort of like, there's Norse mythology.
And, you know, Tolkien didn't just print his monster manual and say, this is what the Uruk-hai is like and how it differs from the Great Goblin or whatever.
But then what the hell is the Silmarillion doing?
No one's read the Silmarillion. No one's read it.
If we went up to Stephen Colbert and were like, so you've read the Silmarillion, even he would go, I gotta confess something. There's no way you're gonna read the Silmarillion. Because it's just, is it
It's
not?
written as a history.
Also, it's a timeline.
It's not a timeline, but it's just, it's not like,
Huh.
it's not the, like,
It's not prescriptive.
narrative focus
Yeah.
of Lord of the Rings. It's a more like macro recounting of events.
Yeah, it's like...
I've tried to read the Silmarillion, that's how I know this.
It's like the Hagakure in many ways, in that it was made
Okay,
by a
moving
rambling
on.
madman.
Look, my friend Bradley, friend of the show Bradley, this is tangentially relevant.
Yeah.
Just sent me a message, and I'm sorry for quoting you without permission, Bradley.
Poor Bradley.
Damn, someone already had my idea for a drag name. And then he sent me a block of text, unfortunately taken from an AI overview attributed to Facebook.
Yep.
Trixie Hobbitzers is the former burlesque name and stage name of event producer and artistic director Fairlith Harvey.
Oh my god. Amazing. So, Rei.
Rei Ayanami.
Yep.
The big Ramiel. It's here.
Yes.
Rei is not ready. The sync tests have not been promising enough. Gendo is too protective of her. I've got my shitty son here. Let's put Unit 1 out and kill this thing quick smart.
Yep.
They launched Shinji up
And
he immediately... Like, I turned and said, the episode ends after this moment, and we've gone to the next episode. But I turned to you after they deploy Shinji, and he immediately gets owned. Another great mission for Shinji Hikari, I said to you.
Just quite literally, the first thing that happens is he goes up the lift.
And even as the lift is rising, they're getting energy readings from the angel.
And Misako's like, oh. Misato is just like, oh, Shinji, dodge it.
Immediately as the lift shoots him up, it's just a massive laser goes straight through a building, blasts Unit 1 in the chest. Shinji screams, and that's the cliffhanger. But then when we resume, like, Unit 1 is immediately out of action.
Yeah, just straight up.
Shinji hospitalized.
Yep, straight up there. I think the next shot we ever get of EVA3 is removing the melted part and trying to replace the bits.
They have to, like, activate the automatic defibrillator in the pilot pod to keep Shinji alive. Like, just immediately owned.
Yep.
He's not having a good time doing this pilot thing.
It's like, surely.
And who would?
I mean, Gendo... Maybe
Gendo's like,
knew.
wow, at least that didn't happen to Rei.
Yeah, exactly. I'm literally thinking, well, maybe Gendo kind of knew that something bad was going to happen.
We don't know what it's going to do. Let's send the boy.
Exactly. Shinji,
Look, the justification is Shinji's been actively piloting more recently than
he's
than
more
Rei
synced
has.
with EVA3.
Yeah, and they give him the shooting role in the upcoming mission to kill the angel because his sync rate is higher, so he's going to be able to do more fine control. Like, this is the beginning of talking about the different pilots' sync rates in a way that's like, it's important to like how they make the decisions in the fiction, but we don't need to worry about it too much.
Sure.
I just want to point out as well, we were very fixated on the words danger elevator around the elevator that Shinji is raised up through. And obviously it means like caution, there's a huge elevator here. But I think we have to start calling it the danger elevator.
Oh, 100%, because that's what it is.
That's what they launched the EVAs through.
You have elevators that take humans, and then you have danger elevators that take the EVAs.
That's right. Look, the first half of this next episode, it's really cool. It's Masato's finest hour.
They should call it an EVA-vator.
It is, and it's also like there's clearly so much like conceptual overlap between this and Shin Gojira.
Yeah.
It is Masato doing data testing around this huge diamond monster.
Yeah. So like they send up, obviously they sent up Shinji. Obviously, nothing can go close to this big diamond.
But they get some helicopters to drive out with or some boats or something.
Yeah, with a big EVA dummy balloon,
which I guess they just had on hand.
Well, just in case, for testing.
And
purposes.
again, the balloon is immediately vaporized by lasers. Then they send on the train tracks a
really
like
far
armored
away.
car with a turret on it.
Yeah.
Which fires a big beam or something at it, but
It's like a mortar,
which bounces off the AT field and then is also immediately vaporized. So they're just using all of, again, in a very Shin Gojira way, all the Japan infrastructure to try and figure out what this thing's deal is, how we can fight it, how we can kill it.
And Masato's like got a pen in between her fingers.
Yeah, she's clicking it.
And she's like,
she's doing
really
data analysis.
It really is a perfect fortress. We got to get onto it.
Its big phallic drill is even now penetrating the soft, subtle steel metallic plates that stand between it and Nerve HQ.
It wants to get deep into Nerve HQ. So deep. 22 layers of... How big did they say they were? Like 10 meter?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Just these enormous layers of metal plates underground that had to go there at some point in the past.
And, as mentioned in the commentary track, we're getting a lot of like text pop-ups on screen saying like meeting room 2 and or this is the designation of this machinery they're using in this scene. It's very Shin Gojira.
Oh, it's so Shin Gojira. It's ridiculous. So
I suppose we should say Shin Gojira was very
it was directed by the
Hideaki Anno / Evangelion.
Yeah, it was directed by the guy who directed Evangelion.
Just want to highlight this exchange too when they're figuring out what it's doing, that it's boring towards Nerve HQ. One of the administrative offsiders says, the enemy is planning to attack Nerve headquarters directly. And Masato, center stage in her big command chair, says, sassy bastard.
Hashtag, we kind of love Masato here.
She's great.
So I believe that the next part is Masato thinking about, okay, well, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
What if we just sniped it? Like, what if we got a big gun from real far away and we just shot it?
She goes to Gendo's office to present her plan.
And we assume from the first shot that it's like they're right next to each other at the
like
desk.
you would expect.
Yeah, because it's like a shot of the desk with Gendo. They'd be like, what's the problem? And she's then immediately cut to her face of like...
Gendo's office is, I would say, about the size of an aircraft hangar.
Yeah.
I'd say they have about 2/3 of that aircraft hangar between them.
Yeah.
Where they're having a spoken volume conversation. And I just imagine her proposing her plan and them going, what?
Yeah. Gendo is not speaking loudly at all, might I add. He's like, tell me more, Masato. But her plan is get the big positron rifle, was it?
So this is delivered in a specific order of information. Instead of trying to neutralize the target's AT field, use a pinpoint shot with a high energy beam from a great distance. The Magi computers have given it a 8.7% chance of success, which is the highest they've been able to get so far.
Yep.
So we're going to try that.
Look, anything's better than nothing.
Gendo's like, yep, go nuts. Amazing transition as we zoom in on super close up on Masato's face. She's saying, yes, sir, I'm going to do this plan.
We zoom
and we
out
just
slowly.
casually zoom out. And now she's in a different place and Ritsuko is behind her over her shoulder.
Yeah, on the escalator going somewhere.
But yes, they are going to requisition from the, JSSDF.
Yep.
A big positron laser cannon.
But that would take up so much energy to fire. Where would you get all that power from?
All of Japan. And again, very Shin Gojira. We are mobilizing all of Japan's infrastructure and resources to defeat this existential threat.
It's so sick. It's so sick.
All of the SDF boys look real disheartened and like, oh, shucks.
Yeah, they're just like, that's fucking crazy.
Our special toy.
Like, we're working on it, okay? Just give us another week.
Here's my, warrant or whatever. And then, Ray, get it. And then Unit 0 lifts the roof off the hangar they're in and then takes it away.
And then we learn that there's going to be a big power outage.
That's right.
So the idea is that I think something like at midnight,
Yeah.
there'll be a power outage.
That's right. That's when the operation is.
Yeah.
I think hang on, I've got it here. Why speculate? But we cut to like all of the civilian characters we know about watching this news bulletin, including Pen Pen. We get a few cuts to Pen
He's
Pen
cultured.
watching the power outage.
Yeah.
But from 11:30 p.m. tonight until tomorrow morning, there'll be a large-scale power blackout through most of Japan.
So the reason for that is because they're going to siphon all the power
Yeah.
to the EVA.
Unlimited power! Zzzt. Star
Liam,
Wars.
It's still limited, Liam. This isn't the Force.
From
This
Mount...
is angels.
A big old mountain.
Mount Futuma? Mount
Futujo?
Futuba? Mount Futuba.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's a character from Persona 5. Futaba.
Futaba?
Yeah.
Sure.
Strange man in his orange jumpsuit and orange backwards cap on the phone to Masato saying, "On the honor of Technology Development Department 3, we'll have all this shit built for you in 3 hours."
And they're just like, there's stuff on the ground. It doesn't look good.
So they've got the gun. The other part of the plan is for the other EVA unit they have to wield a big shield to defend against a counterattack.
Yeah.
And Ritsuko has sourced basically like the hull of a spacecraft, which the engineering team say will survive 17 seconds.
Yeah. It's not going to be great, but...
Real high risk, high reward in these angel battles.
Yeah, if it works, humanity lives.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
They've got this holographic, topographic map of the...
The battlefield.
Yeah. And they determined that Mount Futago is where they will set up their substation and Operation Yashima.
Futago does definitely sound more right than Futaba, but that's okay.
Because it was correct. That's why it sounds more right.
Yeah, sure.
Shinji comes to consciousness. Rei is there, bringing him a horrible-looking hospital meal and also the mission briefing.
Sorry, there's a good-looking egg on that meal.
Egg, big milk carton,
Rice.
brown bread.
A lot of carbs.
Mm-hmm. It's the vibes are very, and we saw this in earlier episodes, taking your sick classmate their homework as she recites the mission briefing.
Yeah, she literally pulls out a tiny little notebook, covers up her mouth. Good work on the animation budget.
So true.
And then starts reciting what the mission plan is. There's no movement, no emotions coming off of Rei. She just very matter-of-factly states it.
And she throws him a spare plug suit.
And is like...
Don't be naked.
Don't look like you're sleepy when you show up to the mission.
You piece of shit.
And then Shinji very awkwardly is like, "I'm so sorry. I've been apologizing for days." And then Rei just walks away.
Yeah. He also says like, "I don't want to do it." And then she's like, "Well, I'll do it." But then he goes and does it.
Yeah, it's like, you can just stay the fuck in bed then, you weak shit.
Impressive briefing scene. First all the boys watch all the Toji, Kensuke, and some miscellaneous boys sneak out of the shelter to watch the EVA units deploy and just hooting and hollering.
They're like, "Yeah,
again,
there they are."
Fan
Tom Clancy
fan
fans.
inserts.
Yeah.
They want to see the big robot.
Exactly. They want to see the latest in military tech at work. So then they hoot and holler, and then it's midnight.
There's this big briefing, which is shot in a very like abstract, all Masato, Shinji, and Rei silhouetted against blinding white light.
I wonder what that could imply. Probably
Shinji's going to be the gunner because his sync rate is higher. Rei will operate the shield. It takes 17 seconds between shots because they have to eject the cooling units and recharge or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Ideally, they'll do it in one shot.
Yeah, they got one shot. This is your chance to blow. Is that the lyric?
I don't know what you're doing.
8 Mile. Mum's spaghetti. Your chance to blow something. Shoot the angel, Shinji.
Shinji says, "What if I miss?" And Ritsuko basically says, "Don't worry about it."
I'm pretty sure Ritsuko says,
"Don't."
Don't worry, just don't. Just get it in one. Just get it in one. The computers will automatically aim. Just get it in one.
Rei and Shinji do have some like bonding moments. Like it's worth... I don't think we need to beat by beat them, but she, mind on the mission, decisively declares she will protect him. And then, she talks about how she has no one else in this life. She's clearly thinking of Gendo.
But she also is like, but I have all of humanity.
I'm bound to protect all of humanity.
Yeah.
I've got no past, blah, blah, blah.
And Shinji's like, what the fuck does that mean?
She stands up and she says, "It's time to go. Goodbye."
And Shinji's like, what?
Subtext, goodbye forever, you're about to die.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? All right, you don't have to say goodbye at the end of... Okay, all right.
T-0, they send Shinji all of the electricity in Japan through the spirit bomb.
Yep.
He fires his big gun.
Yeah, he's
his
laying
big special
down.
science gun.
Yeah, he's laying down, big sniper rifle.
And the aim is true, but it shoots a defensive laser, which... what's the name of this physics effect, Nick?
Eddy currents?
Sure.
So basically...
I'm eddy currents.
Fuck, I knew this was going to happen. So the way I've interpreted this is that they're shooting something like 180 gigawatts through this sniper rifle, which is
That's
like...
enough to activate a flux capacitor.
Yeah, so as it's shooting through the air, for some reason, old Ramiel over there shoots back another laser. The two of them meet each other, and then by the power of magnets...
swirling and waving.
Yeah, by the power of electromagnetism, the movement of a thing will repel its own movement. So the two things get together, they're both insane in these electric fields. They start interfering, and then they go stray.
Yeah.
So they don't
two
hit either
enormous pillars of fire decimate more and more of Japan, and the drill breaks through into the geofront. So it's really do or die times now.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been drilling for something like 16 hours or something.
Yep. Ritsuko, looking great in her red jacket. Misato, looking great in her red jacket, is very wary of the need to recharge and reload. And unfortunately, the Angel's reload time is faster. It's sort of,
0 seconds.
Refractory period is comparatively low.
I'd call it a Rameli period.
Would you? Are you going to stick to that?
So his Ramieli period is 0. Meanwhile, Shinji's period is 17 seconds or so.
Yeah. Rei tanks the shot. She uses her mitigation to absorb the damage.
Yep. And everything around EVA0 starts melting.
Yep.
But it gets the job done.
Yes. And then Shinji takes the shot. I can't shoot it. I'm woke. But it's okay. He takes the shot and he wins. That was an oblique reference to an old post.
Right, gotcha. So then EVA0 is fucked up. And we get a parallel to Gendo saving Rei to Shinji popping out.
And there was a third parallel to that earlier after Shinji got fucked up, where although she didn't go to quite the same extent that Gendo did, Misato ran down to retrieve Shinji from his pod, but in more orderly fashion. But clearly demonstrating to us she is more of a parent to him than Gendo ever was.
Exactly. So then Shinji opens up the pod. Rei is looking pretty fucked up.
He burns his hands on the hatch.
Yeah. And he's all like, don't say goodbye when we go off for a mission. It's just poor etiquette. Okay?
We were riffing during this scene. Like, it sounds like you're referencing something we talked about earlier, but that wasn't really a huge momentous conversation to me. I was just kind of chatting. I don't really remember what I said.
This was the single most important day of your life. For me, it's Tuesday,
That's right.
Shinji. So, yeah, he basically is like, look, you've got things to live for. Live for me, you dumb fuck.
Smile.
And then we get a flash in Rei's eyes of Gendo.
She sees Gendo in him.
And then she smiles.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit fucked up.
They've kind of come to terms a bit.
Yeah.
And that's 2 episodes of Neon Genesis Evangelion. What were our highlights and lowlights?
My highlight is probably, I want to say Masato saving Shinji from the thing because of the parallels of, wow, Masato's a great dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, literally that.
I think for me, I've got to give it up to Masato's like big old logistics, figuring out the nature of this angel thing. Someone had to do it. It's like the most like straight up competent non-comedic we've seen her be in like the first full half of an episode.
Yep.
She gets a due. I did joke like, "Oh no, we're short on enough power to operate the beam," and then she like reaches in and reveals the like huge stack of car batteries she's stolen.
She's obsessed with these batteries.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with her taking these batteries. Lowlights.
Well, I know what your low light is.
Do you?
The schoolboys being boys?
Incorrect.
Ah, damn it. Well, that's my low light.
Do you have another guess?
Is it going to be when Shinji trips and falls onto...
I thought you might say that as well. Incorrect.
Is it going to be Pen looking out at the bleak desolation?
That was great. Runner-up highlight, honestly. No, my low light is, of course, Rei looking at Shinji and seeing a explicit flash of Gendo Ikari,
Ah,
making the subtext text.
yeah.
It was pretty obvious that's what they were going for without...
Yeah. You were just like, so
like,
in
we're already
literal-
replicating the same scene. You don't need to, like, literally overlay Gendo onto Shinji for us to understand what's going on here.
But how do we know? It was the 90s.
And then she looks at the camera and says, wow, you're just like your father. And he's like, no, no!
No, but then she'd look at him and be like, wow.
No, I meant that in a good way.
It means that I can be your mum now.
Mm.
Oh, no.
So, Nick,
Yeah.
Rei and Shinji, they're best friends now.
Well, okay. Let's not... Look, Shinji has seen more of Rei than ever before. And
Physically
Rei...
and emotionally.
Yeah, and Rei has no strong feelings one way or the other about literally anything. Except for Gendo.
of course.
Of course.
What will happen in the next 2 episodes of Neon Genesis Evangelion,
Here we go.
entitled A Human Work,
A human work?
yeah,
Okay.
and Asuka Strikes.
Asuka! Okay. I'm getting the feeling that Asuka is the next child.
Mm.
Because you know how we've said
Yep.
that Rei was the first one, Shinji's the next
The
one.
third child.
The third child. Asuka is the 4th child that they mentioned? Question mark? Where they were like, the 4th child has been found or something
Possibly.
like that.
I don't remember that specific dialogue, but go off.
They said something like, oh yeah, we found them. Like maybe an episode or two ago.
Send the child snatchers. Deploy the Warhammer Black Ships.
The Black Templars. I reckon Asuka will be introduced, and I think this is the red-haired lady who is very mean. I think that's because I think I mentioned last time the reason I know about Asuka is because someone cosplayed as Asuka and they had red hair and were very mean about people's code.
Makes sense.
So I think that's them. I think the intro scene I've seen maybe where she's like standing on top of a mech and she's like, "It's me, Asuka," with her like, you know, superhero pose like this, and then the wind just gets everywhere or something like that.
That does indeed happen.
Yeah, which I think would be very funny, but also pretty on brand for what I think they're going to be like. What I don't understand then is what role they're going to play in the interpersonal dynamics of Shinji and Rei.
Sure.
Because someone that bombastic coming up to Shinji.
He won't know how to handle her.
Exactly. But more importantly, we already got Masato, who's bombastic.
True.
So someone his own age being bombastic? Yeah.
And what do you think is going to happen in the other episode? A human work.
A human work. It makes no sense. Like the sentence doesn't
No,
work.
like not like the verb work, like the noun work, like a work of craft or a work of art.
Oh, a human work. Oh.
A human work. I'm a Warcraft peasant. Work.
Maybe
I think that's orcs. It doesn't matter.
you can't spell work without orc.
So true.
Yeah. I reckon what if we get a little bit of exposition like from Gendo with his secret society fucking
Incredibly evil
multicolour-
old man.
yeah, his evil Power Rangers, as we'll call them, talking about like the next phase of whatever the project they were
Sure.
working
The
on
human
was.
instrumentality project.
Exactly. Where it's like, yes, this is a very human work.
The humans will be our work.
Yeah, so maybe it's something like, I don't think we're going to learn more about the angels yet. That feels like we haven't earned it yet.
Well, we learnt they're entirely mysterious this episode.
Exactly. It's like we don't know what they're made of,
Yeah.
but we know they're like humans. So maybe it's something like we learned that the angels were made by humans and got out of hand because of the human instrumentality program.
Intriguing.
So maybe the human instrumentality program is not what's happening now.
But it happened. And now they're trying to clean it up.
Exactly. Or maybe like...
And that's why they had to fabricate the story about the meteorite impact, because it was all their fault.
Exactly. Maybe there's something going on there.
Cool.
Yeah, I reckon maybe there's something there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, my caffeine high is ebbing, and I'm rapidly losing power like an unplugged Evangelion. So I'm going to call it there.
Fair.
Thanks for listening. I'm sure we'll find out all of that and more next time on JoJo's World. But until then,
To be continued.